The sunnah is, the Prophet ﷺ, he ate with his hand. If you're going to eat with your hand, the sunnah is to use these three, not the whole hand. But there's nothing that says you can't eat with a fork or a spoon. These go under urf. So some people will do it just because they want the blessing of eating the way the Prophet ﷺ ate. That's devotional. That's out of love. The same with the turban. The Prophet wore a turban. If you're going to wear a turban, then the sunnah was to wear it with a du'aba and even tahniq. Like if you read Ikhmad al-Bid'a Shaytaniyya, Yahya Sunnah Muhammadiyya, putting out the bid'ah of shaitan by reviving the sunnah of the Prophet. The Malikis said if you didn't wear the turban with a tahniq, with the yuhannik, to put something, part of the turban under your jawbone, and so it would go under, they considered that bid'ah. And in fact, Uthman Danfodio calls it a bid'ah shaytaniyya. And Ibn al-Hajj called it the turbans of the demons. So now these Lebanese ulama that wear those turbans, there's some of the Malikis say those are turbans of devils. That's urf. And people, this is part of the problem with religion, is when religion goes wrong. When we get involved in these types of attacks of other people and debates about things. The important thing is the Prophet dressed modestly, and that's the way people should dress. Dress follows the urf. That's what Imam al-Juwayni said. Al-libs tabi'un lil-urf. The great Usuli scholar Imam al-Juwayni said, clothing follows the customs of a people. As long as they dress modestly, you dress like the people. And they actually interpreted the hadith of that if you wear a garment of attention, you will be adorned with a garment of humiliation on the Day of Judgment. They actually said it was to dress in ways that called attention to yourself. So, thawabat and mutaghayyarat are very important. And one of the challenges of our time is to identify, the Titanic sinking. What do you take on the lifeboat? Islamic civilization is over. May Allah revive it again, but it's over. And so what do we put on the lifeboat? What do we need to save and preserve from this religion? Because most of it is gone. And intelligent people are people that focus on the most important things, triaging. Like in a emergency room, if somebody comes in and they've got blood all over their face, and another person comes in, he's got a headache, you treat the man with the blood all over his face first, right? Now, it could be the guy with the headache's got a terminal cancer, and the other guy just has a cut that looks a lot worse than it actually is. But just on the outward, you should go by what's most important. And that's what's most important for us, is to focus on those things, looking at those things that we need to preserve, that without it, we don't have a religion. And one of the most important things is just adab. Because the Prophet said, I was only sent to perfect good character. Innama, that means only. Innama bu'ittu li utammima makarim al-akhlaq. I was only sent to complete virtuous character. So if we've lost character, who cares how short your robe is? Who cares whether you're clipping your mustache? Who cares whether you're using a siwak if you don't have just common human decency? And this is the type of stupidity of a lot of our community, and that is not to belittle in any way the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, but you have got it so inverted, if that's the way you're thinking, that God help us. Because these people have caused so much damage in our communities and for our religion by their absolute stupidity, and that's the only word that can be used. I don't know of any other word that works. And hamaqa is a real problem. Just Sayyidina Isa, in one of our traditions, he said, Allah gave me the ability to treat lepers and blind people, but not stupidity. So it's a big problem. And the best thing you can do with stupidity is just try to isolate it and mitigate it. But when it becomes a norm, when you've got so many stupid people in your community doing stupid things, then we're in big trouble, because then the religion looks like an idiot's religion. And there's a lot of people that's how they view Islam now. I mean,